Yo, Kpaceguy here, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Bang for Your Buck episode 12, a series where I go find speakers, TVs, receivers, and anything that won't break the bank. Now today on episode 12, I want to talk about the soundbar that we reviewed not too long ago, the Blast from On. Now, the Blast is a soundbar from Walmart that runs at $2.99, and it's not just any kind of soundbar, but it's a 5.1.2 Dolby Atmos Soundbar. So that means that this soundbar is supposed to be able to replicate overhead effects like a normal home theater 5.1.4, 5.1.2 soundbar or system can do. So this one comes in at $2.99. Now, if you're not familiar with On is a really budget brand. I mean, they make cheap monitors, really cheap 1080p TVs. I think they have hands on a few other sound products. But this is their first dabble that I know of in the soundbar kind of field. And so if you haven't seen my review, I did a review on this soundbar last week. It's up on the channel now. It actually was surprising with how I felt about it. So if you are interested in seeing that soundbar review, go back a couple days. I put it up there for you guys to look at. But I had to include it on the budget brand series. I had to include it on Bang for Your Buck because it actually is quite a bang for your buck. This soundbar does a lot of different things that I did not expect it to do for the price point, especially being a Walmart brand. This thing, of course, does Atmos, has a wireless subwoofer, a pretty good size, so it gives you pretty good stereo separation. But it also passes through 4K EARC, that's E-ARC. That allows you to communicate with your TV. If your TV is on but your soundbar is off, it still passes through the signal, the video, and the audio. It allows you to use your TV remote to control it. It has pretty good power, it gets decently loud, and again, it passes through 4K and all the HDR formats. So that's very impressive for a budget brand from Walmart, $2.99. You can take it right home with you, and every Walmart has one. There are absolutely zero reviews of this soundbar on YouTube. Maybe, I haven't checked all of YouTube, but there was no general reviews on Google when I typed it in. Nobody's talking about it. So I decided I was really curious of how good this was, and so I made a review last week, and it sounds actually pretty good. There were a few complaints that I had of it. You have to turn it up quite a bit when you're using HDMI. It goes up to 40 max. You have to turn it to around 29 or 30 to get pretty good volume out of it, and that's in my bedroom, a very small room. But otherwise, it's a pretty good soundbar. The subwoofer is actually not bad either. It has a small little plastic enclosure, 8 inches, but it actually is pretty decent. It does get around 35 hertz in my room, and then it just kind of rolls off completely from there. But you get a pretty good thump out of it, not going to lie. It's not as bad as other soundbar subwoofers that I've heard from there's a Blackweb, I believe that's another Walmart brand. Sometimes some of the Vizio ones can sound kind of bad, depending on what model you get, but this one was actually pretty good. I was very impressed with the overall sound quality of the soundbar, and the effects are pretty good as well. So I had to include this on this series because it really is a bang for your buck. If you're somebody who's not looking for a whole bunch of speakers to put in their room, they don't want a home theater system whatsoever, but they don't want the speakers coming out of their TV. This soundbar is going to be very, very good. You can spend a lot of money on soundbar and possibly not get that good of a sound, but for $2.99 you're getting into Dolby Atmos. That's really the catch point with this one here. $2.99 gets you Dolby Atmos. It gets you a pretty small footprint. It gets you a wireless subwoofer to kind of tuck away wherever you want to. It gets you 4K pass-through, EARC. It gives you a lot of things. I'm actually really impressed. And then the sound quality and the effects are actually convincing. Now, in a medium to large room, it's probably not gonna, really replicate that Dolby Atmos for you. It's probably just gonna replicate or really do well with your overall sound as far as the difference between your TV versus the soundbar. It'll give you a lot better sound quality nonetheless. But in a medium to large room, you're not going to hear those effects very well. A small room, bedroom, small living room, something like that, it'll really do well. Now, this isn't something you want to just take home because you want something to play music. This is not what this is for. It doesn't sound that great with music. Now, it does have Bluetooth. It does have Apple AirPlay, HDMIs, it has auxiliary input, it has a USB input, and then it has a 3.5 millimeter input as well. So whatever you're going to be inputting, it can do it. But it really wasn't made to sit here and listen to playback music. It wasn't meant to jam out because it doesn't get that loud. It doesn't sound that good. Remember, it's $2.99 and it's a budget Walmart brand. It's made just to really enhance the speakers coming out of your TV, and it does it pretty well. It does it very, very well. I would take this over TV speakers any day. Any day. No test to that. But it's not something you want to just jam out to. It can get pretty loud most of the time. It goes pretty loud without distortion. But it's not something you just want to rock out to. It's not one of those kind of sound bars. It's really just meant for giving you some overhead effects, giving you some virtual feeling without having to put speakers in those places. But everybody knows if you want surround sound, the best way to do is to put speakers in that place, meaning get a home theater. But if you're not one of those people, this soundbar is good. I actually recommend this over a lot of other brands. Vizio is probably the #1 soundbar brand out there, and their upper line of soundbars are really good, but you're going to spend double the amount for their Dolby Atmos. I think there's like $500, $600 for their Dolby Atmos setup. This one does very well, to be honest with you, in a small room. Without all the speakers, without the extra price. So guys, this has to be on my series, my bang for your buck, because it's an absolute bang for your buck. I actually kept mine. I was buying it for review, and I was just gonna give it back to Walmart. I was just gonna return it after I reviewed it, but it sounded better than the one that I was using beforehand. So that's what I'm using in my bedroom now, is that soundbar, and it's here to stay. So if you want to catch the review, I did a sound demo, a walkthrough setup of it. I did a little overview of it and unboxing. So if you wanted to see that, it is on my channel now. It is live and well. Other than that, guys, make sure you take a look at this. If you're looking for a soundbar, this should definitely be on your list. Head to your local Walmart and take a look at it. I know you don't really want to demo things in Walmart because they're going to have the acoustics totally different. They're going to have it set to make it sound well, but all that changes once it gets in your home. But it's a good, step in the door. So go to Walmart. I know you need groceries, so go to Walmart on your way to the grocery store. Go to the electronic side and take a listen to it, because it actually sounds pretty good. And for $2.99, you can't find a Dolby Atmos soundbar at that price point. You just cannot. So that's going to be episode 12 for Bang for Your Buck, guys. I appreciate you guys listening to me rant. It's a really good soundbar. I think you guys will like it if you're not looking to get a home theater in general. I know most of you guys on my channel are home theater gurus. That's me. But of course, I have to cater to the soundbar guys too. I can't forget about you guys. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of this soundbar. Have you heard it yet? Did you play a fit in Walmart? Let me know if you would get this one if you're looking for soundbars. Let me know that in the comments down below. Also, hit this like button since you're right there. Just go ahead and just flick the like button while you're there. And subscribe if you're not already. We will see you guys in the next video. Kpaceguy out. Peace.